Hello, hello, hello. Hi guys. So I'm in the midst of organizing and everything's torn apart, but I have this one little area that is actually getting done. Forgive the angle if my camera is being all weird because I have so much on the back side of my desk right now that I'm organizing. So I wanted to get on though and do a quick flip through of this journal that I was commissioned to do. So she is a pretty one, or at least I think so. So I have to kind of give you a backstory because then I will tell you her name. So I was given from a friend of mine who I had actually done a journal for last year. Her best friend commissioned me to make her a journal for Christmas and a couple of others. And then she called me while I was in Idaho and asked if I could get a journal done in a couple of weeks, which normally I would honestly say no, but I just love her so much. And yeah, so I know this is going to sound weird, but sometimes somebody will ask me for a journal and they'll kind of tell me a little bit about the person, and I kind of get like this flash that'll go by and I can kind of see the journal. That happened. When that happens, then I say, yes, I can do it and have it done in a couple of weeks. I know, it sounds weird. I'm not meaning it for, you know, I am weird. I don't know what else to say. Anyway, so she told me that she absolutely loved her, that she was such an amazing friend, that she was Native American, that she loved nature. Her favorite color was green. And she kind of just told me how much she loved nature and all of that. So when she told me that, I Googled and I was looking for just the right name for her. And I found one that I believe kind of just fits. I don't know this young lady, but just the description that her wonderful friend gave of her. So I would like to introduce to you Hania. And that means a lot of different things in a lot of different languages. But in Native American, it means spirit warrior or spirited fighter. But what I really loved about it is in Aramaic, it means restful place. It means joyous. And in a couple of other languages, it means graciousness, pleasant, happy, and delightful. And that's kind of the impression that I got from my friend when she described her friend. And so let's have a little peek at this. So I actually constructed this journal out of a grocery sack because I have a million of them. So I'm going to bring you guys in just a little bit closer so that you can kind of see some of the details. And this process that I did on this is just kind of like the fake leather or fax. Oh, I can't even think of the other word that they use for it. But it strengthens the actual leather of it. So that is how I constructed it. I just took a paper bag and then I had a whole lot of fun with painting it and inking it and doing all of that. And then I wanted to try to think of a more natural, because she loves nature, I wanted to think of a more natural closing for this. I didn't, I mean, I could have used twine, but anyway, I actually came up with this self-closing. So what I did, and I found these cool pencils on Amazon because, you know, again, she loves nature. So let's get this out. So it's just like a little tree pencil. You can get them on Amazon. So how I close this, I guess we should take this off and that'll help. So I always try to make like at least one journaling card. And the young lady who commissioned me to do this, actually the journal I did for her, I pulled that kit out so that it would kind of combine her, how I kind of envisioned her, which is this one. This is the journal I made last year for her, and she actually looks a lot like this. She's a very beautiful young lady, and it says, a dream is a wish your heart makes. So I wanted to leave this blank so that she could write like a little note to her friend. And then this kit is kind of similar to this one. It came in the same digital kit that I got, and I'll try to remember to link that because I bought it like when I first got my printer. And that's this young lady in there. So let me bring you in again. Try to give you some of the details. And I don't know, I just kind of, I love the grunge part of it. But I also just like the fact that maybe she was hidden, you know, because I always make journals that are like 1,000 years old. It's been buried. Why has it been buried? I don't know. And I just really liked just moving these cords around that I had. These are actually just leftover bits that I had sitting on my desk because, you know me, I save everything. And so I just used some brads and put those in there. And I had seen something similar to my favorite artist. She inspires me with everything she does. I cannot think of one thing she has ever done that hasn't made me just inspired. I just adore her, and that's Grunge Girl Lori B. Everything she does is perfect. And so she did something a little bit like this, and that's kind of what inspired me. And then I left this back. You can write on it. It is made with corduroy. And so, yeah, it was just fun. Now, this is the actual journal. As you can see when it's like laid out, that is what it looks like. So what I did is I had some of this left over. So first I went ahead and cut the bag, and then I inked it and crinkled it. And if you all have not seen a tutorial on how to do that, there's a million. But I am so happy to reproduce this in the next couple of weeks. I can just do like a grungy journal. If you guys would like to see that, please just comment, and I will get together and start doing that. Again, so this is also the image that you see on the front cover, and my printer had messed up. Sometimes I love when I get these little lines because I think it adds character, but I don't want to throw this away, and that's the actual image on the tag. And so I just slipped this in the back. Now, what I did here, I was taking my dog outside because, you know, I have to do that occasionally, and the stick was laying there. Because it's amazing what inspiration will hit you. And I just got to looking at these sticks on my ground, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is saying that it must go on this journal. Because I was trying to think of different ways to make nature come into this journal. And so what I did is I spray painted a sealant on this stick. And then I had all these little cords and stuff that were kind of like left over. Some of them are thicker, some are more like a twine. And I just literally ran that down. And then I took a piece of wire and I added all of these little seed beads. I thought maybe it's her walking stick. I don't know. You guys know that I have this goofy imagination. And then I had this beautiful feather. Sorry, I'm trying to like see on my computer, which doesn't always work, to stay in frame. And anyway, so I just thought, well, maybe that's her walking stick. I don't know. I just thought it looked cool on here. And then my fabulous friend Kristen had sent me this little rusted clip, and I had to use it. So I went through my stash, and I found these little charms. So it just kind of looks like some maybe Aztec coins or things like that. And then this is the initial of her first name, and so I wanted to do a little seal for that. Okay, so what I did is I just ran this ribbon, which you can see like only had bits and bobs of it. I just ran it across, and then I made like a little slot, and then I sewed that on there after I had sealed all of this. Again, if you want to see the process, I'll make another one. And then how could I not, as much as I struggle, I will be very honest, there's few things in this life that I struggle to share. I'm very big about just keep your hand open and God will fill it. But Ricky's stuff is super hard for me to share. So this is some of the beautiful, beautiful eco fabric that she had given me. And I don't know, I just really felt like it was meant to go in this journal. Because it's just so beautiful. It's got that shade of green in it, and I will bring you in because I want you all to just kind of see that detail of Ricky's eco dye-in. And so you can totally see, look at those beautiful leaves. If you have not seen her process, I was I had the great pleasure of actually being able to spend some time with her. And she showed me, she was so gracious, she showed all of us her wonderful process of how she does her eco dyeing. And so I wanted to use this. So this is just some coffee dyed fabric that I had done and put on the back. And then I used one of it. And it was really hard because when she was sharing this with me, she's like, well, half for me and half for you. And it's just hard because I love her so much. Okay, can't get too emotional. All right, so then these are just some tags that I had. And so I wanted her to have, it's more of a writing journal or for her to just kind of put stuff in. So I didn't really fill it. And then, and I will do my best to remember all the kits I use because I think I wound up using like 5 different kits. So wolves are just amazing, but it also had this shade of green in it. And so I wanted to make sure we had that in there. Okay, and then I have some little bits and bobs that are like some retro. So you can see that there's like a little pocket that she could tuck something in here. And then there's a little pocket in here as well. Normally I like to stuff journals, but sometimes you just can't. And I'm moving more and more towards just creating writing journals too. Now this is one of my pages, one of my experiments, I should say. Where I was just like throwing rust water and all of that. And I really am trying to find somebody to help me film so I can kind of show you my very goofy, very let's just see what happens process. But it's like 1,000 degrees where I live and I have to do it like 4 in the morning and I need somebody to hold the camera. And so far nobody wakes up at 4 in the morning but me. Okay, so this was actually from like an herbalist kit that I found of how you can use the different herbs. And again, just more of my coffee dyed papers. This obviously had like one of my placemats on it. And then this is a kit that I actually use in my friend's journal that I actually commissioned this. And so I wanted to, again, add more. And then I just added little pieces. And again, more from that woof. And then this is like from an Enchanted Forest, which came from another kit too. And I don't know. I loved it. It wasn't too elfish. More of my papers. This is actually papers that I used from, again, her friend's kit that I made last year. Then I found this kit, and I'm not necessarily into goth, but I'm very much into grunge. And when I seen this, I was just like, oh my gosh, I just love it. And wouldn't you see that moth in like a mystical 1,000, you know, super old forest? And so that's how that got put in there. And that, and then of course, this is another kit that I'm pretty sure this one is from, she's like one of my favorite digital artists, which is Cheryl Francis. She did like these really wonky forest kits, which if you want to see me do one of these journals, then I'll probably use that kit actually. And then just again, there's some more just papers that I had used in her friends that commissioned this for her. I like to spray this because in an inkjet, it pulls that image up from the back. And I don't know, I think it looks cool. More of my grungy papers, more of the woof. That was just a fabulous kit. And I just loved it. And this is actually the first journal that I have ever made in the 4 years that I have been doing this, that I made the signatures first. I never do that, like never. This is literally the first time, and yeah, it was so weird for me, but that's how this journal decided to be made. Again, this is just more writing spaces for her that she could just like put something on. Okay, then more of the moth. And again, this came off of this herbal kit that I had gotten, and it just kind of tells you like what was poisonous. Now, in all my books, and I'm probably going to talk with one of my digital friends and have her just make a permanent image for me for my journals. This is always the image of the bookmaker. Ta-da, me, because you know I got to be part of the story. I made the book. And so this is where I actually keep the note from the bookkeeper, which is right here. And basically what this note is it explains what a junk journal is, because, you know, a lot of people don't know what they are. And in the pocket is just some old checks that my friend Ricky had blessed me with, because, you know, she's a sweetheart. And I just added, I found these like feather buttons that I had, and then these were some bits and bobs, and this is actually a paper bag. And again, this is not an original idea. I bought a journal from Grunge Girl Lori B, and this is how she had closed in the middle signature, and I loved it. And so, yeah, I totally stole the idea. So all credit goes to Lori B. And then I just attached some more of these like coins that I found because they totally are Native American and went with the theme of the journal. Okay, some more from that kit. And of course, I just love those moths. This also was from the kit that I had used. And so these are all pockets as well that she can put stuff in. Again, I didn't fill everything because I wanted her to be able to. It does have a lot of writing space, but even if she doesn't want to use it for that, she could be gluing down her pictures and doing all that. Hi, babe. Oh, look what my hubby did for me. So that's my organizer for my pins. Thanks, babe. I love you. And then, okay, so more of my papers because I just love that effect. Here's another tuck spot. And more of Mr. Wolf. I love the wolves. They're just such a magnificent creature. Like, God just, I don't know. I just love them. Love them, love them. This is also a pocket for her that she can put stuff in. And then this was kind of a little wonky, but I love when, you know, mishaps happen. I don't know. I'm crazy. I don't know what to tell y'all. I love the look of things not being perfect. Then this just was like too perfect. Maybe this is the entry she went into to find this journal. I don't know. Like, I have lots of stories in my head. And then again, one of those beautiful moths. More papers. And then more pockets for her. And then this was actually sent to me, and it just went perfect with this journal. And so I went ahead and added that, and then I just added little tags. And I did that so that she could see how she herself could add different things to this journal and do all that. Now, this is something very special. If you all watched my unboxing of Happy Mail from my friend Beth, she sent me this, and I absolutely loved it. Like, it's so perfect. So this is on a piece of leather. And it is like stamped in 1907 and like an old postcard. I absolutely love this. And just the fact that she sent it, I literally got it 2 days before this journal is going to its new home. Like, yeah, I just thought that was too perfect. And then I wanted to give her some more journaling cards and then more journaling cards that she could write on. And then that is it. So I really hope she loves it, as I absolutely had a blast making it for her. And then, well, let's get you back over here into your center. You just take this and you just pull up that little piece of material. Now, I probably will have to cut some of these strings. So hard for me because, you know, I love all these textures and all that, but that, or I'll tell her to be careful, but I like all the strings. She could obviously cut it. And then, of course, this just gets clipped back on to the front of the journal. And so that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope it inspires you. And again, if you would like me to show you all in a tutorial on how to make one of these journals, I am so happy to do it. There is a little bit of time in them, but they're a lot of fun, and they have like so many different possibilities. And guys, thank you, thank you. Like, I'm so close to my 1,000 subscriber. There are so many videos right now out on how you can get entered for the drawing and what's being given. So go check those out. And guys, once again, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you on the flip side, guys. Bye.